A failing grade, that's how one urban planner and educator is marking the government and local authorities' track record in maintaining the nation's sidewalks. In the final of this three-part TVJ in Focus special report, Cracked Concrete, our reporter Jamaica Maitland looked at how proper urban planning can improve citizens' sidewalk experience. She now joins us live. Jamaica.
Thanks, Janella. So we've heard from the citizens, we've heard from the agencies and the enforcers of the law. Now, we'll hear from one urban planner who's taking the government to task about the state of the country's sidewalks.
Is it an expenditure that we can afford at this time?
National Works Agency spokesman Stephen Shaw on the balancing act that the agency has to follow because of budgetary constraints. The result, oftentimes, sidewalk repairs aren't done. But urban planner Professor Carol Archer says ignoring fixing sidewalks, even with tight budgets, is dangerous.
The sidewalk is a part of the road network system. The space between your gate and center of the road is part of the road network systems.
There have been countless reports from many Jamaicans who have scary sidewalk stories, describing pavements as an obstacle course with lots of near misses. But Marlon King, a wheelchair user who was struck by a bus in Papine in 2015 while attempting to maneuver around a pole on a sidewalk, wasn't so lucky. His death caused outrage, and the pole in question was later removed to improve access to the sidewalk. But years later, some argue that the government has still not got it right. Jamaica is among 156 countries that have a national urban plan, but according to the United Nations, less than half of those countries have started implementing it. The UN says cities will become more populated, and so Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, were created for countries to achieve by 2030. SDG 11 provides for a safe, resilient, and inclusive city for all types of people. Professor Archer says if done right, it would see cities generating en masse wealth. However, if poorly planned and managed, it could lead to low productivity, inequalities, poverty, and other social problems.
That's the nature of urbanization, you know. People are coming together for opportunities in cities. This needs to be done in a very safe manner and in a manner that supports all of us who need to access goods and services within the city.
In some developed countries, sidewalks have 4 different paths. You have the frontage, which is where you have cafes, vending, and you also have clear path, which is made for walking. You have the street furniture, where you could find utility poles, drainage, and you also have the buffer zone, which is that space between the sidewalk and the main road for cyclists. For all other issues resulting in bad sidewalk experience, the urban planner says enforcement of up-to-date pieces of legislation is important.
In planning this thing, sometimes we don't know. We say one might benefit when we are 95, if it is that we ever have to resort to using a wheelchair.
Professor Archer says while she remains optimistic, she does have a few concerns.
While I'm hopeful, I also have sort of a question mark as to how fast we are able to move, given the type of investment and investment into areas such as data gathering and the use of data to inform how we move forward in that regard.